Hello, everyone, and welcome to Onstage. We are excited to connect with you again. We draw so much inspiration and energy from you, and we carry it with us after each event. And we hope you feel the same way. We have focused on connections this past year, and I want to keep in mind what we've learned as we expand to the next topic. I promise it's a fun one. Today, we're talking about celebrating. As we connect and build relationships with others through stories, creativity, and caring, a natural result is that we want to celebrate life's accomplishments and milestones, big and small, with each other. Throughout history, humankind has always found a way to celebrate. Celebrations bring communities together and help each of us feel a sense of belonging. Celebrating is an important way we continue to connect with each other and with ourselves. We might celebrate differently based on cultures and traditions, but one thing is for sure, we all celebrate. One of the oldest types of celebrations was a harvest festival. The timing would depend on the region's crops and climate, but harvest festivals happened all around the globe. People came together to celebrate the end of the growing season, to pause for a moment, or a few days, to recognize their hard work, to show gratitude, and to reflect on the abundance before them. The celebration would bind everyone together as a community. They could look back and say, "We did this." And at the same time, each person could reflect on their individual efforts and feel the satisfaction and value of their contribution. I believe this created a sense of belonging, accomplishment, confidence, and a stronger connection with themselves. Over time, celebrations have evolved, and we have found that celebrating more often, not just when we reach some great milestone, is beneficial in so many ways. Celebrating has a variety of benefits, and many of them affect our overall health and well-being. When you celebrate, your body releases endorphins, helpful hormones that relieve pain and stress and boost your happiness. Not only do they make you feel great, but they also train your brain to recognize it as a reward. If you deny yourself the celebration, you deny your brain of that reinforcement and the natural feeling of happiness that comes with it. We all want to feel happy, but oftentimes we seek for happiness in places we just won't find it. For example, someone might say, "If only I had more time, or energy, or a newer car, or a better job, or a fill in the blank, then I will be happy." Or we think if we work harder, we'll be successful, and then we can celebrate and we'll be happy. We've all been there and thought something like that at some point in time. Shawn Achor, a Harvard-trained psychologist and New York Times bestselling author, has a different idea. As a happiness researcher, he suggests a shift away from the mentality that success equals happiness. We need to find happiness along the way, no matter the circumstances. And one way we can do that is to find things to celebrate often. He says, if happiness is on the opposite side of success, our brains will never get there. Instead, Achor has shown that when we are happy, our brains are 31% more productive than when we're feeling negative, stressed, or even just neutral. When we're happy, we are also 3 times more creative, and our response to stress improves by 23%. The power of a positive mind drives our happiness and fuels our success. He calls it the happiness advantage. But how can we achieve this happiness advantage? Well, how do you improve anything in life? Like stamping, for example. It requires practice. Happiness is no different. If you want to be happy, you have to practice it. And with just a few minutes every day, you can actually rewire the neural pathways in your brain. Here are Achor's 6 exercises to practice happiness every day. Number 1, gratitude. Spend 2 minutes a day writing down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be profound. Remember, small things matter. Number 2, the doubler. Take one positive experience from the past 24 hours and spend 2 minutes writing down every detail about that experience. As you remember it, your brain labels it as meaningful, which deepens the imprint. Number 3, the fun 15. Do 15 minutes of fun exercise. This trains your brain that your behaviors matter, which creates optimism. Number 4, meditation. Take 2 minutes to stop whatever you're doing and concentrate on breathing. Even a short, mindful break can result in a calmer, happier you. Number 5, conscious act of kindness. At the start of every day, send a short email, text, or a handwritten note. We're good at that, by the way. Praising someone you know. Number 6, deepen social connections. Spend time with family and friends. Our social connections are one of the best predictors for success and health, and even life expectancy. Okay, so let's take these back to our focus for today. What do these daily exercises have to do with celebration? Gratitude is a recognition and celebration of what matters to most of us. Reliving and recording a positive moment is a celebration of the good things happening all around us every day. Exercise is a celebration of our bodies and all that they can do. Meditation is a celebration of mindfulness, slowing down and finding ourselves. Acts of kindness are a celebration of those who positively influence our lives. And finally, spending time deepening social connections is a celebration of our relationships. Cultivating positivity and happiness every day will have a lasting impact on our quality of life, our relationships, and our health, and our success. Remember, it's not the other way around. So, as we practice celebrating, keep this in mind. Happiness is a mindset for your journey, not the result of your destination. There are so many reasons in life to celebrate, from the big milestones like a wedding, birthday, or anniversary, to the small moments like the start of a new season, finishing a project or a load of laundry, having a chat with a close friend, spending time together with your family, like having a meal all together. It's kind of nice when that happens. Maybe finishing a book, getting to the end of the week if it was a really tough one, establishing a new exercise routine, or even getting 8 hours of sleep. To some, these things may not seem like much to celebrate, but remember this: the more you praise and celebrate life, the more there is in life to celebrate. As we've been talking, you've probably pictured in your mind some of your favorite celebrations and traditions. If I had to guess, I'd say that most of those celebrations you're recalling include other people. And there's a reason for this. We like to celebrate with others. So let me prove it to you. What's the first thing you do when you get good news? You go tell somebody else, right? That's a good thing. Studies show that people who share those feelings with others are happier overall than those who do not. So if you don't typically share your good news, now's the time to start. When others share and celebrate with us, we are lifted and inspired in return. It makes us want to do better ourselves. Sometimes I think people don't want to recognize, celebrate, or compliment others because they feel like it will make them feel less than that person. Nothing could be further from the truth. This goes back to vulnerability, gratitude, and genuine kindness. Remember at April's Onstage, we talked about Saubona, or I see you. When we celebrate others, we prove to them, I see you. I care about you. Your milestone is important to me, and I want to recognize you and your accomplishments. Sometimes this requires you to act with courage, but we know you have that courage within you. Perhaps the most important thing to recognize is that your value does not increase or decrease based on something someone else does. However, you do have the power to help others recognize their worth. I saw a quote recently that was something like this, like blowing out someone else's candle doesn't make yours shine brighter. I think we could easily add to that helping light someone else's candle gives us all the more opportunity to be seen and to shine ourselves. So far, we've talked about the history of celebrations, why we should celebrate and the happiness that comes from that, and we've established that it's important to celebrate with others. Now let's turn our attention to how to celebrate. The first step is to make it work for you. Don't let the word celebration scare or overwhelm you. Just as you can celebrate moments big and small, the celebration itself doesn't have to be elaborate to be important and have a lasting impact. A celebration can be as simple as a high five, a hug, a happy dance, or a card. You don't have to look far for great examples of celebration. Here are a few things we've seen from you. Jessie Holton from Australia hosts a weekly Facebook Live with her team and recognizes anniversaries, birthdays, team challenges, new team members, and more. She tags them in the posts and sends a card. Michelle Last from the UK celebrates new team members with a welcome pack. Here's one of her posts from Instagram. A welcome pack is ready to be posted tomorrow to my new Dutch recruit. I love welcoming new people to my team. In 2015, Patty Bennett from the United States was on a bus with about 30 of her demonstrator friends when the order came through, the one that put her over the 1 million in personal sales. It didn't matter that they were on a bus. They paused and celebrated with her in the moment. We could share so many examples from you as demonstrators. It's so inspiring. You are inspiring. Is there any other group like this in the world? I don't think so. The impact you have is far-reaching, and your celebrations make a positive, lasting difference. Here are a few simple things we do at the home office. For as long as I can remember, my mom has sent birthday cards to employees with a handwritten message inside. Each year, we look forward to our traditional celebrations like Employee Appreciation Day, the Day of Service, Customer Service Week, Halloween, and Valentine's Day when Mom and I deliver hugs and kisses, the chocolate kind, by the way, to all of our employees. Many departments have started their own celebrations like Harry Potter's birthday or Toasty Tuesdays. We love any excuse to get together, even if it's just to celebrate a Tuesday with a piece of toast. Now we want to make sure you remember a very important person to celebrate. You. That's right. You need to set aside time to recognize your accomplishments and celebrate your successes, large and small. Taking the time to recognize and celebrate yourself is key. But in order to be successful in this, you need to be proud of your accomplishments and avoid comparing yourself to others. Keep this quote in mind. Don't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You don't know what their behind the scenes looks like, and besides, you are on your own path. Think about the candle analogy again. Sometimes we blow out our own candle or we never even light it. But we're here to tell you that you are worth celebrating. This is your path, no one else's. If you focus on what other people are doing, how can you recognize your own progress? It's your journey. Celebrate your achievements. So, how have you grown over the course of the last month, 6 months, or a year? Recognize all of the steps you've taken and then celebrate them. Think about how you would celebrate a friend. Sometimes that's a little easier because we do more for other people than we do for ourselves sometimes. Maybe you buy some flowers or eat at your favorite restaurant, enjoy some retail therapy, read a new book, get some chocolate, speak words of affirmation. Whatever you do for them, do it for yourself too. You owe it to yourself. I'd like to give you a challenge. Write down at least 10 things you like about yourself. When you're done, put the list in your wallet, on a mirror, or in your car and read it often. Pull it out, do a happy dance, speak kind words, and celebrate yourself. You are amazing and you deserve to remember that. We want you to celebrate all milestones, including your Stampin' Up! Milestones. There are the bigger ones, of course, anniversaries, sales, leadership, recruiting, title advancements, incentive trips, and more. But the small ones are just as important. Completing a class, sending regular emails for a month, finishing blog posts, sending cards every week for a quarter. Think about these ideas. And if you haven't been celebrating them, start today. No matter what you choose to celebrate or how, just make sure to celebrate the moments in the moment. Do it immediately. It won't provide the same benefit to you in 6 months as it will at 6 o'clock today. In today's fast-paced world, it sometimes seems like we jump from one goal or task to the next. I do that a lot. We're always seeking that fulfillment of checking things off the list. Now, it might be okay to live like this for a time, but if we don't eventually make the effort to deliberately enjoy the present, be grateful and celebrate successes, we run the risk of burning out. It's about taking time to reflect on the journey. That will give us the fuel for the future. We know life's busy, but the time passes anyway. Just a few minutes of celebration each week could give you the excitement and energy to fill your life with positivity and encouragement, the courage to face challenges and creatively solve problems, and the personal strength to feel more gratitude, love, and respect for who you are. I want to remind you of our statement of the heart, to love what we do and share what we love as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. In this, we make a difference. Celebrating in all forms is one of the many ways we can help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. When we pause to enjoy moments of celebration, we prove to others that we see them and we care about their journey. As we celebrate, we come to understand who we are. We find the happiness in the little things and achieve the happiness advantage. And this is how we make a difference in ourselves and others.